Welcome to this week's Dirt Shed Show with me, Martin Ashton. Look who it is. It's the Don himself.
Hello, Martin. Yes, I'm in the shed this week under the lights and looking forward to the show. What's it got in it this week, Martin?
This show is going to be amazing because we're going to be looking at one of the best rivalries in mountain biking at the moment. We're so lucky to be witnessing it happen. Obviously, I'm not in the shed today. I'm just being vaporised in next to Neil there. The game is, will Neil pretend I'm here or not? That'll be fun to do throughout the show. We'll see what he does with that. And of course, we've got some great stuff from you guys as well, including Neil. I bet you're going to agree with me. The best bodge I've ever seen.
Well, I'm yet to see it, Martin, so I'm looking forward to it. You've bigged it up to me already. I want to see it.
Honestly, man, it's the best. It is the best one I've ever seen. It's going to win, hands down, hands down. Right, let's get cracking with the show. Let's talk about this amazing rivalry. Neil, set us up about this incredible versus that we are witnessing in 2021.
Yes, we're talking about Enduro World Series races, Jack Moir and Richie Rude, who have basically been inseparable in these first two rounds. It's crazy the amount of, the length of stages, the amount of time they're on track. And it's come down to like tenths of seconds between the two riders. And Martin, as you've really picked up, is just the different way they're doing it, the completely different styles of riding. How actually, if you had a ghost, like on Mario Kart in the olden days, they would be on top of each other on the track. How does that work when they're two completely different styles?
I mean, they're two different styles of riding. They're two very different people. Their approach to racing is very different, and their manner in front of the media, which is a lot of time where we get to see them, is very different. Everything's different about them, except those times. And like you said, it doesn't make any sense. Over 4 races, 4 individual enduros, they basically were the same time for the entire thing.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
I wonder,
but let's go on, Neil. Go on.
Well, I was wondering, why don't they just, in the next round, just set them off at the same time rather than do it staggered like you do, like an enduro race? Just set them off the gate at the same time.
Yeah,
see what happens.
Go. Let's watch them trail down next to each other. I mean, let's have a look at their riding a second. Let's look at Jack Moir's riding. Neil, tell us, why is he so good?
To me, he looks a bit, I don't know, I don't want to say old school, but if I think of Nicholas Villiers, people like that, who look like the proper downhill racers where they're like perfect on the bike. He's a tall guy, moves around the bike a lot, and he just looks really fast, picking great lines and like a really technically good rider. And it's a joy to watch, to be honest. He just looks fast the whole way down. Some of the stages we've seen have been super long, and even at the bottom of the stage, he looks like he's really on the ball. Well, he obviously is, pushing as hard as he can.
Yeah, I mean, his riding is fantastic. I said in the off-season, he was my pick in the off-season, just from his Instagram posts, because it looked so damn good. Everything he showed was like, God, that looked amazing. And I was betting on him just on how it looked. It turns out it is fast too, which is great. I mean, he's got a great personality as well, hasn't he? He's shark attack Jack, because he's actually been attacked by a shark. That's true.
Yeah,
he loves his surfing.
Not many mountain bikers have been attacked by sharks and come back and won races.
And he had a really nasty injury, didn't he? In I think it was 2015.
Yeah, he's had some brilliant downhill results, but he was just had collarbone injury that didn't heal, and I don't know how many times he broke it, but it was a lot of times, and that really, he was up. I can't remember his best downhill result, but he was definitely up there in those days and doing really well. And he sort of made the change to enduro, sort of almost enforced, kind of a bit like Richie Rude. I think back in the day, Richie Rude won the Junior World Downhill Championship. The talk at the time was that he then sort of felt like he had to go to race enduro, whether that was team pressure or whatever, but it certainly worked out for him as well.
Yeah, I mean, at 18, he was World Junior Champ, so in downhill. So that, it makes you wonder, why did he move to EWS at that point, when EWS back then, 2013 that would have been, wasn't that big, it wasn't that big. I mean, Richie Rude's riding, let's have a look at that too. What's so good about this guy? Well,
he's just, he's hard to describe unless you've seen Richie Rude in real life. He's the stockiest guy you've ever seen. And he really looks like he does muscle the bike around. We've got a brilliant shot of him almost washing out off that fire road, going into the woods. And almost like he was like, no, the bike, you can't do that. My front wheel is going to grip and you're going to go down there. And that's what happened. Just didn't fall off.
He is mega, mega strong. And you can just see they're riding styles and just the ethos that they're going by to get to these results is so different. I mean, who do you think's going to win in 2021?
I don't know.
Who's your bet? Who's your money on?
I sometimes look at Richie's bike and wonder how it can possibly take the abuse it gets, and maybe that will play out. Maybe we'll see some inconsistency with mechanicals. Who knows? I think it's going to be a tight race, obviously, but I think my money's probably on Jack, actually. What about you, Mark?
Well, I've had my money on Jack right from the start, before the series started. If that was to play out and I'd be correct, that would be a rare thing in itself. Right. So I don't know if that's put the heebie-jeebies on Jack instead of some confidence. But I guess I'm sticking with Jack at the moment. I mean, I'm just really loving the rivalry because in mountain biking, we have been lucky to see some big rivalries in the past, and I think this is shaping up to be an absolute classic. I really do. I mean, back in the day we had Petey versus Nico. This year we've seen a great playing out of a very great rivalry between Pauline Ferrand-Prévot and Yolanda Neff, because Pauline did not like Yolanda winning the Olympics.
No, and we're also
at all.
We're only a couple of weeks off the world champs, so yeah, Olympics is super important, obviously, but there's still some rainbow stripes coming, so we may see that play out even further. There's some fireworks. And you touched on a really great rivalry in EWS, which is quite funny. I did notice this on Tracy Moses' Instagram. She said that in the whole history of EWS, so since 2013, there's only been French or British winners in the elite women. So it's Tracy and Hattie Harnden who won that last round. So, you know, no other nations, just Britain versus France when it comes to elite women's EWS. Yeah, or better summed up, like you mentioned to me earlier, Tracy versus France. Pretty much, yeah, until recently. Yeah. Until Hattie, of course, yes. So maybe a new era about to burst forward. Looking ahead to sort of shorter term, we're building up now to this second half of the EWS series. This is where it's going to really heat up. This next round could make or break this rivalry that we're talking about. What do you see happening in this one? Have you ridden here? No, I haven't. So Ludenville's next, that's in France. And then we've got back-to-back rounds. Actually, we're going to Crans, Montana. And then the finale, or Pietra-Ligure, that round. So I guess in these next three rounds, we'll really see, you know, that's the bulk of the season sort of done there. I don't know what to expect. I expect tight racing again, but who knows? Looking forward to it. It's very exciting. Look, these rivalries don't come along often, so make sure you enjoy them here on GMBN. We're going to be loving, on EMBN too, because we're going to have the EWSE season kicking off as well. So this is where it's all going to be happening. Let us know in the comments down below who do you think's going to win out of Moir and Richie Rude. Neil, I just want to bring your attention to something else very important this week. The GMBN shop. Yes, I'm looking at it. Our Beat the Heat series going on. All of our summer gear, including caps, tees, riding shorts, all sorts of things you can get 15% off in our Beat the Heat series. So head over there and on those selected items, grab a bargain, man. Grab a bargain. Yeah, appreciate the support. Yeah, absolutely. Right, let's take a look at the news with Tom and Toff.
What's up everyone? This weekend, Neil, Blake, Rich and I headed up to Ardrock, which finally got the break it deserved and went off without a hitch for the first time since 2018. With 2019 being cancelled due to devastating floods in the valley and 2020 cancelled due to the pandemic, it has been 3 years since what is usually a staple event on the British mountain bike calendar could even run. Even a bit of rain couldn't dampen spirits, and it was a great event, a much needed slice of normality and some great tracks too. The guys were vlogging most of race day, so that video will be out on the channel sometime soon. The overall winners with fastest male and female time of the day on the full 27-mile, 2,000 vertical meter loop were Bex Barahona and Fergus Lamb. Okay, now on to news of a few new bikes, and I'll start with the WeAre1 Arrival. Check out this thing. It's a 29er 150mm travel bike designed, manufactured and assembled in Kamloops, British Columbia. On top of that, this carbon fibre machine has what WeAre1 call the 500-mile diet, where 99% of the raw materials used in the frame are sourced from within 500 miles of their facility. From aluminium billet to the carbon fibre itself. The only 1% that's from further afield are the titanium fasteners. The Arrival features some great modern all-rounder geometry, favouring versatility over pushing itself too far in one direction with some wacky reach or head angle. It uses a 160 fork paired with a 150 shock, both from Fox, SRAM build kits, Magura brakes, and of course VR1 wheel sets. Prices start at just $1 short of 10,000 Canadian, up to a whisker under 13,000, which gets you dream build spec. And it's available in a stealth fade and grey fade, both of which reveal the raw carbon on that amazing looking rear triangle. The finished bike almost looks more like a graphic designer's rendering than a photo, which is pretty awesome. Right, onto the next new bike now. Released today, we have the new GT Force. Not exactly a secret either. The GT factory team have been seen at events from downhill to enduro on this bike over the course of the past 4 months, but now we finally have the details. The new Force is built around a 29-inch wheel, with 160mm of travel delivered through their LTS 4-bar suspension platform and utilising that high pivot idler wheel from the Fury downhill bike. GT have lengthened the reach, steepened the seat angle to 78 degrees and slackened the head angle to 63.5, lowering the standover height, making that head tube taller for better control, and lengthening the rear end for extra high-speed stability. It's also a bit tidier than the previous model, with cables moving inside the frame, integrated tool storage, and a flip chip on the rear axle which lets you go 10mm shorter or longer. GT also say you can pick your own adventure between coil and air, as both go well on the new Force. You can grab a frame set in a nice grey and bronze from $3,300 US, and there are 3 build kits from Elite to Pro Limited Edition from $3,800 to $6,000. Now, if you want more Enduro World Series action to cover you until Ludenville, then why not head over to Orbea's YouTube channel to watch their documentary, Lights and Shadows of Racing, following riders from the factory team through the first block of racing. It's worth a watch. A bit of bad news to close out this week. The Canadian riding community and beyond are mourning the loss of the Farm, an iconic homestead and area of trails that have been lost to wildfire. Whilst it flew slightly more under the radar than a lot of the world-famous Canadian locations, you will have doubtless seen trails of the Farm on screen if you're fans of Matt Hunter, Thomas Vanderham or Graham Agassi, and even in the film Follow Me. It's important to remember that this wasn't just mountain bike trails, but home to Ron Penny and Chris Green, who are fortunately alive and well. There's a link to a GoFundMe set up by Matt Hunter in the description, which will help them rebuild. Okay, let's pick things back up now and catch up with Toff for something sick.
Cheers, Tom. Hey, everyone. Right, this week's Sickest thing is this insane new edit from Griffin Poulsen for radio bikes and title components. And I'm actually really stoked on it because this is what Sickest thing of the week is all about. It's about trying to help show you guys and other brands the sickest, most underrated riders in the world right now. And this is a perfect example of that. The dude kills it. So the video is called Freak Mode, and oh my days is it freak mode. I mean, I've actually never seen anything this crazy ever, I don't think. If you're talking about actual tricks, there isn't anything better. It's just like crazy after crazy after crazy. I mean, genuinely zero filler throughout the whole thing. And the crazy clips, I mean, he does a quad truck driver off of a boner log, like a huge one. 4 bar spins in a 360. Like, how is that even possible off of something like that? I mean, we've seen people do them before, but not really that big. And I mean, he must have double flips absolutely locked because he does a tuck no-handed double flip and a bar spin double flip. I really don't understand it because surely how are you supposed to like yank it when you've got no hands on the handlebars? I mean, the whole thing's just crazy. And if that wasn't enough, the final trick, speaking of like made up magical tricks which no one knows how they work, he does a triple bar spin front flip, lands it, yeah, he does a few cranks, and then he does a 360 triple whip, like in one line. How? I mean, surely that's 2 of the heaviest MVDs that have ever gone down in the history ever in one line at the end of a video. Boom. Anyway, as I'm sure you can tell, this video just completely exploded my brain. It's definitely worth checking out. Go find the link in the description, give it a watch. Right, that's my sickest thing this week. Time to go back to the shed.
Hacks and Bodges, Neil.
Whoa.
Hacks and Bodges. You
loud.
ready for this?
That was half sing, half shout. It's better. It's better. Preferable.
It's better. It's you can put up with that one, I guess. Mate, this is amazing, right? This first hack and bodge this week is, I'm just going to show it first because it's best, okay? It's the best. So look at this little video from Daniel.
Yeah.
He's in Hobart, okay? But look, he's broke his rear shock.
Yeah.
But he's worked out that just with a tennis ball that he jammed into his like chain stays and it's hitting the seat tube.
Yeah.
He's created basically an elastomer suspension as a replacement.
That's still better than most of the bikes I rode back in the early 2000s, I bet.
That is ridiculous. It worked. Look, he sits on it. Perfect. Thumbs up, Daniel.
Wow.
That's the best bodge I've ever seen.
How long is that going to last?
Itself. Oh, it'll last forever. Tennis balls are great.
Until the dog comes along and rips it out.
That is a great one. Okay, we've got some other good contenders this week. The winner is going to get a race top. It's probably going to be Daniel, but Jane has come in with this amazing paint job on her helmet.
I think that is better in my book. That is a Troy Lee helmet that she painted it. I painted it for my friend as it was so boring, dull grey, even though it already has Santa Cruz logo on it. So what is it? I can't really tell what it is.
Well, it's sort of almost like the front of it's like either like a chicken or a hawk or something. I'm not sure what is some kind of bird.
Chicken or a hawk. I mean, they're slightly different, Martin. I think it might
be a chicken. Or some kind of, I don't know, maybe a duck-billed platypus. Something, I'm not sure what it is.
Roadrunner vibes.
It could be Roadrunner-ish. Yeah, it could be. You're right. That could be what it is. I like it. I just wish she'd put, I wish she'd sealed it with a varnish, so it had that crisp look, because it still looks a bit like paint.
Very picky.
Yeah, very picky. Sorry, I like that sort of stuff. But it's a great effort. On another week, I think that could win, but Neil says it might this week. Next one, this is from William, okay, right? So he is over in Wyoming in the USA.
Yeah.
He's got some fantastic bikes in there, but he's got a Schwinn Sierra restoration going on.
Yeah.
But see, what he sent in was just the fact that he's hung a really cool mint sauce picture using a chain. That's the hack or bodge, okay? But I just want to look at it. Look at his garage.
I know, I was trying to say that. I think that looks very inviting, isn't it? It looks like a cool place.
Doesn't it? Look good. It's got everything. It looks great.
I've been snowboarding in Wyoming. Went to Jackson Hole back in the day. It's an amazing place.
No, that's nice. That's nice. Good times. It's just a great looking. So it almost belongs in GMBN Tech's bike cave.
It does, doesn't it?
This little number, but hey, I'm just going to enjoy it here for the day. So go on then, Neil, give the race top to Daniel, just like I said, away you go.
All right, Daniel, I think that is pretty good. Although it's literally just a tennis ball, it's a genius thinking. So that's why you win the race jersey.
Congratulations, brilliant. If you've got, now look how simple it is to send in a hack or a bodge. You just head over to GMBN Uploader, upload your video, and you could be like Daniel, could be winning next week. So if you've done anything with your bike that's really cool, let us know about it. And remember that everyone watching this benefits from seeing that really clever ingenuity and skill, and they can make their bike better too. So you're helping out the community at the same time. Right, Neil, let's head over to the caption contest this week.
Yes.
That is not caption contest, of course. Last week we did something different. It was meme this. Look at this photo. Oh God.
I'm slightly worried about how this meme this section might go, because I feel like I might end up the victim of this eventually. But this week we've got Chris Smith from EMBN hanging out on a Scottish beach, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's a pretty horrible image, but we've got some great memes for it, okay? So these memes, these are going to be, we're going to put the graphics on the picture and we're going to put them up on our social media, because these are bangers, okay? So first one is from Kieran Sommer, who says, Jack, I want you to paint me like your French girls. A little Titanic reference there.
Yeah.
And that is a bit what it looks like, actually. It's quite gross.
Well, John Oakley says, even on the beach, Chris always keeps his spare tyres handy. Oh, man.
That's not fair to Chris, to be honest. That one's not fair, because he's certainly not a tubby dude. But anyway, I can get the point. Next one is from Mitch Bissner, and he says, what I imagine when my wife suggests a holiday.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Like that.
Oh, it's brilliant. They're all brilliant, and we will make them into memes, and we will put them on our social media. So congratulations to all three of you. Can you pick a best one in there, Neil?
I think Mitch made me laugh the most, so yeah, I like it.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Right, okay, so this week, here's your photo. We're going to go with a caption. Oh, should we go with meme again?
Yeah, meme this.
Meme this. This photo. Meme that for us in the comment section down below. And you could be a meme star going viral all around the world. Good luck. That's quite a good photo for that, actually. So, looking forward to seeing what you've got. Neil, let's take a look at what's coming up on the channel this week. We've got some bangers.
First taste, literally I got some of it in my mouth.
I got it in my eyes.
Organic Yorkshire dirt in my mouth. Right, now time to see your bikes and see what is nice and what is super nice. We're heading in to the bike vault.
Come on. Starting off with Scott's June RR.
Yeah.
Eschholt Woods.
Mondraker. This was, I guess it's a few years old. I remember these coming. They were kind of one of the first forward, what do they call it? Forward geometry. When everything was getting longer and slacker. I think this bike was one of those. It's super gold, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really cool actually because he wasn't able to get his new dream bike, so he's basically just pimped out the old one that he had with Renthal fat bars, second-hand Shimano XT wheels, Mountain King tyres, Shimano pedals, a new Ascend dropper post, new cassette and chain.
Lovely.
Says it goes like the wind.
Goes like the wind, like it.
Yeah, what are you going to give it, Neil?
Oh, it's nice, yeah, it's nice.
That's nice. Ooh. You can see what he's like this week. Right, next one is from Victor. It's a Ghost Nirvana Tour Essential.
Yeah, I like the look of this. Transylvania. That's Romania, isn't it, I think? That looks beautiful.
Does it?
I'm thinking of the, well, it looks like fun to me, in those, up on that hill in the woods with your bike and your camping stuff.
Does it? Does it though?
It's a route of 1,000 kilometres starting from Puntna, Bukovina, northern Romania, and ended in Trobete, Turnu Severin in the southwest.
I'm not into it, Neil.
What?
I'm not into it. The whole bike packing thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm not into it.
What? It's amazing.
It just seems a bit like trying a bit too hard to me.
The bike will ride way better than you think it will. Even loaded up, they absolutely truck on. I'm always surprised how well they ride with all your stuff on them. It's well good.
Okay, well, I'm yet to be convinced. I've seen some epic journeys happen from people I follow, but I have seen you do some with Blake as well.
Yeah,
but
it's loads of fun.
The bikes just look bloody awful.
The bike is nice. I'll give you that. The bike is nice.
It's nice. But sorry, Victor. I'm not a fan of bike packing. I'm a fan of you. Next up, digging myself out of this hole. I'm looking at Tim's 2020 GT Force 29 Elite.
Yeah.
Oh, a lovely stealth-looking bike. Very simple, but very pretty.
Halifax, Nova Scotia. What's he saying? He's moved to Nova Scotia. Where from? I bet there's a lot of stuff to ride after you, at least. Yeah, it's a good-looking bike. It's got the Marzocchi bomber up front, Z-Wad.
Yeah, I like it. I like the stand. I like the mallet stand it's got going on then. That's nice too, isn't it? It's nice.
It is really nice. Tim says he worked all summer to be able to buy it. Nice.
Good. Got a big old nice for it. Congrats. Next, we've got James's Evil Reckoning V3.
Yes, I like these. Good looking bikes. Nice. This is Bree Hill, Wexford Island. I think this for me has got to be the first super nice because I think they are great.
Yeah, it's a pretty looking bike.
Gonna ring the bell.
Very cool. The bell's definitely got quieter, man.
It's not very good, yeah.
It's got very quiet. Okay, Matthew next with a 2020 Abyss Ripmo. This is pretty cool in Sedona, Arizona.
Yeah, you say Ibis, I say Ibis. Pacific Northwest cockpit and dropper, XT brakes, Industry 9 wheels, Zeb Ultimate Fork DVO Jade X coil. Nice.
Nice. It's really nice.
It is really nice.
Okay. Lovely scenery. Next up, we've got Jamie's Vitus Nippy Superlight.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Love a balance bike. So good.
balance bikes, right, have revolutionised the way we teach people to ride bikes.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Yeah, Lucas, my eldest, is now pedalling bikes, never had stabilisers in his life. Mad.
Unbelievable. Balance bikes, brilliant. That's super nice.
Super nice one.
That's a super nice, cool kids bike. Right, next up, we have got Dallin's 2021 Specialised Stump Jumper.
I think these are great looking bikes. Yeah. Evo, Specialised Evo Comp. I find it hard to tell the difference now between their e-bikes and their normal bikes, which I think is good. But that is, not an e-bike, and I think that is lovely, to be honest.
Yeah, great little scenery as well. It's in southern Utah, and Dallin said that he's never felt so completely alone than in that spot. He said it was absolutely amazing.
Super nice.
Super nice. It's a very easy super nice. The next one is a Wyatt Vista in Zeeland. I guess that's Michigan, USA.
Yeah.
From Glenn.
I've not heard of that brand of bike before in my life. Made in USA.
It's very cool.
It's TR kit on it.
Yeah.
Hayes brakes. I'm not seeing Hayes brakes around much, to be fair. It's cool.
Yeah, it looks like you could single speed that as well. It looks like that.
Yeah.
It's got horizontal dropper options kind of thing in there.
Kind of weird. You've got like the, round tubes at the front, and at the back end, you've got like the boxy tubes.
Yeah. No, it's very nice.
Yeah, nice.
Nice. Should we say it's a nice? Go with nice. And lastly, high-end dirt jumper. This is from Anthony, 2021 Kona Shonky.
Yeah.
Man, this has got some Öhlins front shocks.
I've never seen Öhlins fork on a dirt jump bike. It does say it's custom. They must have slammed it something.
Hope parts. Man, that is a serious dirt jump bike.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. I think Blake would like that. He'd want us, Neil.
Yes.
He would want us to give that a super nice. So we shouldn't. It's a nice.
Oh. All right. Okay.
I'm only kidding. It's a super nice. Ring them. Great bike vault this week, Neil. Loved it. There were some lovely details and some lovely locations in there.
Absolutely.
Very, very cool. Thank you for sending them in. It's great to see your bikes. Really, it's arbitrary if they're nice or super nice. But you know what? It's fun to find out. Send them in to the GMBN uploader. And yeah, we'll have a look at your bike. And I do love looking at them, so please send them in. Right, let's take a look at your riding this week. See if you've been failing or sending. Let's have it.
Yeah!
Awesome. Nice ride in there. I like that. Some good crashes too. Yeah, like that. Neil, thank you so much for being part of the show this week. I know you're a very busy man, so I appreciate you dropping into the dirt shed. Yeah, it's very cool. You guys out there, make sure you're getting involved with the GMBN uploader, definitely with the shop as too, because we love that support. And I just want to give you a little nudge, right? Just down below, you know it, the like button. Hit it. It gets us in front of more mountain bikers. It can't be bad. And you only have to click. It's not much to ask, Neil, is it?
As simple as that. So easy. I might do it, actually. I might do it.
Yeah. So thanks for watching. Make sure you give us a love, like, or share on your social platforms. Get down in the comments. Sort of for the first hour after this video is live, I'm going to be down in the comments looking at what you're saying. So if you've got any questions for me or you want me to find out something about Neil, just ask away. I'll be down there for about an hour.
Nice one.
See you in the comments. Other than that, I'll see you next week.
See ya.